Hello everyone, it's Charlton, and we're getting a bunch of snow, major. I think a branch just fall, super heavy snow, and we may end up losing power. But just wanted to tell you some ideas about Vegas. They're not that great, it's just my thoughts. But I've been thinking a lot. It's not like I'm just doing this on the fly. Exactly, and I've watched a lot of other people's videos. And I've looked up a few things, a couple, not a lot. But I just don't have the time to do everything. And you know, y'all know I've already said I'm going to scale back some. But I've given it a great deal of thought. I have. I watch D. James a lot. I do. I watch Jake quite a bit. I do. I like Jake a lot. I like his personality more than anything. I don't really necessarily. I don't share the same theories that he does at all. But that's just fine by me. I mean, I think he's a nice guy. And I think that whole Jason Goodman thing, it's just no big deal, you know? I honestly don't think there's, I don't know, man. I wish I could say more on that. I really do. I'm crazy paranoid about being sued, and crazy paranoid about several things, being manipulated. I don't like people manipulating me. But the reason I brought that up is because I don't know if Jason and Jake really have anything against each other anyways, you know? Even though there's tree branches breaking everywhere. So, I guess we'll get to that later. But I think it was just Paddock, man. I really do. And the reason, the biggest reason for that is, why did somebody do this, man? The only thing that makes any sense to me is some kind of domestic terrorism. All the other ones, they're just too far out there, man. They just don't add up. They're just a stack of pennies that just goes all the way to the sky, that, you know, everything has to line up perfectly in order for it to be true. And there's just no way, man. Like, why? If you look at the objective was to what? Kill people. I mean, there's just so many other ways that you could have done. You could have killed so many more people and maybe blown up the tank and killed the entire crowd. That makes some sense, but that's still, basically everything suggests somebody who's not thinking rationally. It suggests somebody who's just a madman. If you look at the layout of the room, even if it was multiple people, you don't need, you know, 8 machine guns or 8 guns with bump stocks, and then, you know, several other rifles. I can envision several rifles, but you just don't need that kind of arsenal to do what was done. And the only reason there would be that kind of arsenal up there is somebody who's just crazy, who's completely mad. I mean, think of the tube that's going across the room, and you know, somebody thinking of that as a way to you know, to obviously deal with the smoke. That is the setup of a madman. The cameras are set up. I mean, there's some logic to them, and I still maintain that the fact that there's two, you know, one set of cameras for 134 and another set of cameras for 135 kind of indicates it's one person, and that person needs to be able to have eyes on the hallway when they're in either room. You know, it could have been 2 shooters and they both wanted to be able to do that, you know, individually. That makes sense too, but still, I'm just saying everything kind of adds up to a madman. I liked D. James's most recent thoughts, where basically if you could line up the glass falling with shots being fired out of the window at the same time, that basically somebody couldn't be hammering out the window at the same time as you know, as shooting out the window and hammering it out at the same time, even though maybe somebody's shooting out the window and that's making the glass fall. You know, I mean, I even like D. James's the thing about the search warrants. I mean, he did that a few videos ago. But that, you know, I thought that was pretty interesting as well. You know, there were so many search warrants in the whatever it was in January and February for Las Vegas, or for that part of the country. No, it was for Nevada, for the state, compared to, you know, other areas of the country where there's massive population density compared to Nevada, it was a little bit, it's unusual, but I still think that could just be the normal case of, it's just because of the investigation. You know, this investigation on one individual that's just such a massive crime that it, you know, it still, you know, that still happened. That could be a logical thing, you know. Trying to think of all the things that I wanted to say. And that's pretty much it, man. There was something else and I forgot. Man, that memory, boy. It's not what it used to be. What else was there? Come on, I don't want to edit. I don't want to edit. I don't even want to, I'm gonna have to edit. I'll stop. Okay, just a couple more thoughts and I think I'm about to go bombshell. Well, I'm gonna ask a couple questions. Some pretty crazy questions. I mean no one harm, I swear. Everybody on YouTube, you know, they're working really hard to make not that much money. I'm telling you right now, to barely get by. And they do it because they love it. And, you know, I mean the amount, and it's so phenomenal, the whole experience compared to what's actually put on television. They get paid gazillions for doing very little. And so that's what I'm saying is I'm not trying to bump stock anybody, baby. So, but, yeah, I mean, it's just, in order for it to not be Paddock, I mean, the other persons, they would have had to avoid surveillance. You know, I guess police could be not telling the public that, but I don't know, man. I don't know that could have stayed sealed for all this time. Maybe, you know, I doubt it though. And there was an attorney, I mean, an attorney on Ace's Wild, and then Ace, one of his videos where he had said, he basically kind of indicated he had seen him in the elevators and stuff, and so there were nobody else. You know, I mean, you have to actually say to yourself, if there were co-conspirators that basically left that building, or, you know, that they're still out there, you know, that means they're watching these videos, watching us making videos, you know. That's, you know, that thoughts crossed my mind back when I was much more easily spooked in the beginning of this. So what's the bombshell? Here's the bombshell right here, dude. It's not even that big of a bombshell, but it's going to be some fun, I think, maybe. It's just my thought, and initially I was much more sure than I am now. I really am. I really was. And I'm just asking questions here. I don't even know. I do not know. I'm just asking a question. Does anybody else get the impression that, listen, and one last time, one last qualifier, I like these guys, all right? I think they're smart. They are smart, believe me, okay? And they're not lazy either. They're forces to be reckoned with in their own right, each one. So, but did anybody else get the impression that the live stream with Jason and Jake and John Cohen, did anybody else get the impression that was fake? Well, I'm just asking the question. Did anybody else get that impression? And anybody, I mean, well, I'll just leave it there. That's the only question I'm going to leave out there. All right, thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Believe me, there's reasons why I would ask that question. But for now, I'll just leave it out there, and we'll go from there. That's pretty big. That's good enough, don't you think? I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.